paper is regular black cardstock paper. Now, I do have black pastel paper, but seeing as we're doodling, I didn't want to use that up. I'll use that for something else. The colors really pop on the black surface. You can use any color you like. I find that cardstock in general can be a little too smooth for pastels themselves. But remember, we're just having fun experimenting. So choose whichever paper you like and go for it. You'll need some pastel colors of choice. Here I'm using mainly white, light blue, red, some yellow and some greens. And of course, let's not forget our pastel pencils. Okay, here are 3 sets of petals that I created with my round-tipped applicator. Okay, let's back up a little. We need a generous helping of pastel on our applicator. Pan pastels come in really handy for this, but I'm sure you can get a similar effect just by using your pastel sticks and rubbing the applicator on the tip of them. Now that I have my basic petals done, let's get some details in. For the first one, we'll add a bit of yellow to the petals. We'll layer a touch of yellow and green at the base of the flower. Having some pastel pencils around comes in really handy for neatening off some edges and adding a few details. Now let's add a stem. Let's shape up the flower a little bit with our pastel pencils. A few lines and a few dots for the stamen. And we're good to go. Look at that, simple and really cute. The next one, I'm going to use my pointy applicator and create a few extra petals in between. Add a bit of color. And a stem, and we're good to go. Now you can get as creative and as colorful as you like. We'll add a few more petals to this flower also. And let's change up the color a little and add a touch of red. Remember, it's fine if our petals aren't perfect. We can always use our pencils to shape them up a little and have a bit of fun with it. Remember, you can get as creative as you like and add as much or as little color as you like to these doodles. For the next row, let's do some full flowers and see what we come up with. Okay, so creating these petals with the applicator reminds me of creating petals in watercolor with one single stroke of the brush. I guess this is my equivalent. I'm going to use my white pastel pencil to make a circle in the middle of the first flower. Okay, first one, I think just a few dots in the center. A bit of red and a bit of orange, and hey, it's cute, simple, good to go. The next one, using my pointy tool to add a few more smaller petals. Nice. Now, I think that's great. I'm not even going to add any more color to that. The next one, I'm going to add a little blue and add a few more petals. Oh my goodness, I'm really loving this. It almost looks translucent. If I'm ever doing a jellyfish, hey, this is the tool of choice. Okay, next row, let's do some full petaled flowers again and see where we go with this one. I think with this one we'll just build up the petals and make it a nice big fluffy flower. Okay, now that we have a flower similar to the last one that I really liked, let's see just how much we can build it up a bit. If you tried doing some pastel doodles, I'd love to hear how you got on in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Let's add a few details in the middle with my blue pastel pencil. Now, you can experiment as much as you like, use as many colors or different colors, but just be as creative as you feel. And I think just a few dots in the middle, and I think that's pretty effective. Simple, but effective. You can tell I'm having so much fun with this, right? I've planned a few really detailed pieces coming up, but you know what? Just doing this is such a, it's stress relief, it's fun, and it's great practice for when I do my more complex pieces. It's a great warm-up. Maybe I'll do a few just before to get the creative juices going. And you know what? Seeing as we're going to be doing a lot with finding, or what I like to say, developing your style, this might become very much part of my style. We'll see. Okay, so I'm doing red and white with this one. And I'm really getting some festive vibes. I really like it. You know what? Let's make it even more festive. Let's give it some leaves. I'm I'm gonna mix the greens, so I'm doing a light green and a darker green just to get a different mix. And voila, I think this is so cute. Look at that. Okay, next Christmas season, we're gonna do a whole lot with this idea. Okay, so for the third flower in this row, we're using red. I have a bit of yellow mixed in with the red, so it's nice to mix up the colors a little bit just to get a little bit of interest and detail. Okay, perfect. You could give a little bit more emphasis if you don't get as strong a impression. Okay, I'm going to add a little yellow now to the top. Here we go. Sometimes you want a much lighter color, I find, to give it more contrast. I'm going to add a bit of white to the yellow just to make it pop a little. I'm feeling with this one that some of the petals are getting a little bit obscure, but you know what? We're still going to work with it, have fun with it, experiment, make mistakes. A bit of doodling fun and discovery. Don't forget, you can use an eraser to edit out some small mistakes with soft pastels. A bit of paper towel comes in handy to clean off excess pigment on your sponges. With this one, I'm going to add, I think, a touch more white on top with a little bit of yellow and do a few more petals. I think this technique is really great if you're doing complex pieces, in fact. Like if I'm doing a chrysanthemum or a flower with lots of petals, this is super easy and super fun. Okay, I'm going to use my pastel pencil to enhance and sharpen some of the edges on this one. And, okay, let's see what we have. And we're good to go. Look at that. Beautiful. I had so much fun doing this. I hope you experiment and try these doodles. Have fun with it. Wishing you so much love. Happy creating. Peace.